Please, sir, can you introduce yourself?
I am Mr. Talbot Chima Onyeji, staff of Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I head the crop unit of the Crop Science and Technology Department. So I am a farmer, to be precise.
What do you have in your hands?
Well, what I have here is the seed of a product called sweet sop and Annona squamosa, which is which originated from West Indies, and I was introduced to Asia by the Spanish traders. So, and it was from Asia that this particular product was taken to other places of the world, like Indonesia, Thailand, and other countries. And finally, a friend of mine from Indonesia brought the seeds here in Nigeria. So I'm trying to see how far I could propagate this crop and make it available in our country here in Nigeria.
Okay, it looks like soursop seeds.
Okay, really, it's in the family of, it's still in the same family with soursop. So this one is Annona squamosa. So this one is sweet sop. The other one is called sour sop. This one is sweet sop.
Okay,
So they're in the same family. Only that this particular product doesn't grow as tall as sour sop.
okay,
It's just very short. The growth, it doesn't grow more than 3 meters high. It can be used as ornamental, planted all around the compound or around your fence. So it's a very wonderful crop.
okay. How do you propagate it?
All right, the propagation is by two methods. We have what is called sexual propagation and asexual propagation. In sexual propagation, we make use of the seeds. We plant the seeds after we must have made a bed of about 1 meter by 1 meter square. Then using topsoil, that is what you call sandy loamy soil. Then we prepare a drill of about 5 cm in rows. Then we plant the seeds about 2 cm from each other. Then in line in those rows. Then we close it with sandy soil. Then leave it, water it. If it's in dry season, you water it regularly. Then you allow it for it to germinate. It takes about 30 days to germinate, roughly 1 month before they germinate, because the seed needs to take a lot of water to break the dormancy period in order to germinate.
Okay,
So after which,
how long does it take to start producing fruits from planting?
right, and by the time, like what you have seen here now, by the time you transplant it to the main field, it takes roughly 2 years. 2 years in the main field to start producing flowers. And at that very time, it will be at the height of about 2 meters high. For instance, let me show you the ones that has already been planted and which I planted around my house. You can see this one. This one was planted about 2 years ago. And you can see it has started flowering. These are the flowers. These are the flowers. It has started flowering. So you can use it around your yard. You can see these ones. You can see these ones. Just about 2 years ago, it has started flowering. Now, this is an old one that was planted about 3 years ago. Already I've harvested much from it this year. You can see I harvested much from it this year. You can see the fruits there. You can see the fruits. So So this is the fruit. This is what we call Annona squamosa, which is sweet sop, very much like sour sop, but this one doesn't grow so big. Very sweet. So it has its own nutritive value.
Okay.
All right.
So, having known how long it takes to start producing fruits, what are the fruits used for?
Right, it's an edible crop. The fruit can be taken as an edible fruit. It has a lot of nutritive value, a lot of vitamin C. In fact, it's an energy booster. It has vitamin C, a lot of minerals, a lot of vitamins. It can also be used, in the production of ice creams, yogurts. So these are the uses of this crop. Then on the other round, even the wood itself could be used as a biogas. Very, very, useful in that aspect.
So,
So
these are like the other benefits you can get from the plants.
yes, these are the other benefits you can even get from the plants. The stem itself could be used as wood. This time around, we are trying to see how we can reduce the use of gas. The gas is becoming very expensive, but the wood itself can still be useful as a biogas, and it burns like a fuel, very fast in cooking food. So these are other uses of the plant. Then the other way around, even the seed itself can be used as an insect repellent. By the time you crush the seeds, dry them, the powder itself can repel insects like mosquito, cockroaches in the compound. So when you ground them and get them into powder, you dry them, and then you can use the powder to repel insects. So there are a lot of benefits that we derive from this particular wonder crop.
Okay. So, what could be the challenges any farmer could face? For instance, if I want to go into the production of this sugar apple.
Yeah, one of the challenges is that the crop is such one that the shelf life is very short, so that when you produce it, that means you have to market it as fast as possible. You don't have to keep it for long. The sugar content in it, doesn't allow it to stay for so long. So it has to be marketed very fast. If not, you run into high cost of production by losing the market value of those products. So again, is that in transport, it's not it's something that has to be harvested when it is not fully ripe. By the time you notice the yellow rings around the rings, you cannot harvest it just like it is now. It is strong. You can transport it when it is at this particular stage. You don't allow it to get fully ripe before you transplant it. Before you begin to transport it, because it can get damaged on transit. So these are one of the problems we do experience, but it's not much, because if farmer plants, the production and sales, he is going to make a lot of money from this. So like this particular one, as you see now, one of the fruit like this goes for about 50 naira. So you can imagine when you have a tree that produces about 200 fruits in one growing season, you can imagine how much you make from this particular product. So here, even the fruit itself, by the time this particular fruit now, it may have up to 50 seeds or more, and each of these seeds will germinate. By the time you want to use it as a means of propagation, it germinates 100%. So it has a lot of value. It has a lot of benefits, which I encourage farmers to go into.
Before we continue, I want to ask,
Yeah.
this particular fruit that is not yet common in Nigeria, why would someone sell it at the rate of 50 naira?
Right. For instance, since it is not really common, don't have to be able to sell it at a very high price. You need to at least use a price enough to draw the people's attention. By the time they begin to see the value, the nutritional value of this particular crop, you can see that there will be more demand. And when there's more demand, the price will go up. So on the interim, we don't have to sell it at a very high cost. So, but by the time the demand becomes higher, invariably the price will go up. So when people notices the value, they will look for it and ask for more, and then it will affect the price.
Okay. So, what are your prospects since this crop is not yet common in Nigeria?
Yes, my intention is to be able to introduce this crop. I can meet with extension agents and be able to parley with them to see how we can introduce this crop to the local areas. And I need to get an area of land, possibly to go into pure uh, monocropping of this particular crop, so as to have it in a very large scale. So for now, it has not been widespread, but I'm working on making sure that more farmers will get to know it and help in the production, so that we'll have more of this wonderful fruit in our country, Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. God bless you.